Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me. I swear these bitches nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on this shit, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for a while, you can't control me. Uno, those trades in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turned to soil, and I grew about it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gon' do about it. Big wheels keep rolling, rolling. I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside. Front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Look, don't invite me over if you throw another pretty party. Looking back, it's hard to tell you where I started. I don't know who loved me, but I know that it ain't everybody. I can never love her, she a busybody. Baby, if you want me, can't be turning up with everybody. Nah, can't be fucking on this anybody. Yeah, I got feelings for you, that's the thing about it. Yeah, you know that it's something when I sing about it. Yeah, mama used to be on disability, but gave me this ability. And now she walking with her head high and her back straight. I don't think you feeling me, I'm out here being everything they said I wouldn't be, it couldn't be. I don't know what happened to them guys that said they would be. I said, see you at the top and they misunderstood me. I hold no resentment in my heart, that's that maturity. We don't keep it on us anymore, it's with security. I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside. Front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Rolling 80 wheels in a safety. Gotta roll over T, gotta give her release. Spread your legs down, sounds I'm going out the heat. And the rock sounds when I rock, I be sleepy. I'ma roll on her forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in her harmony.
Eclipse.
Okay. I was over here talking on mute. So I tried to share out this live and my brain is faster than my finger. So I went ahead and sent it off and never finished typing his name. So anyway, hopefully y'all get the notification because I know a lot of people say they don't get my notifications. Let me go down here and speak to everybody in the chat. I do have Jay Wilson. He's already in the building. I have him in the back. I'll be bringing him up in just a second. So we have Christopher W. Welcome. Princess X. Jill's Comfort Zone. Jill and Princess are both content creators. We have my baby W. Jackson up in the building. We have Nurse Cedric. DJ Mama D up in the building. Dr. LaShonda, welcome. Prima Donna, hey. Did you bring Uncle Tim with you? Did you bring Uncle Tim? Because he will be the topic a little bit here tonight, okay? Memphis T, welcome. Surfing Tangents, welcome. Sean Sanders, I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome. Let's see. A wild German lady appears. I guess a German lady changed her name. Still standing. Welcome. Sonia, welcome. Jay Parrish, welcome. Shantae, Molly, Joylyn. Got Joylyn up in here. REJ211. Okay, Empress Lisa, Leonore Bradley. Let me see. Don't want to make sure I miss anybody. Itsy Bitsy. Paulette. Hey, Paulette. I am here for the show. Welcome. Michelle's daughter. Hey. Make sure y'all have y'all drinks out. Naja. We got the head usher up in the building, Vivian Jennings. Okay, y'all. All right. So at this point, moderators, just make the people feel welcome because the show has to move on. I can't be here all night saying, hey, hello. I do appreciate all of y'all for being here, though. So what I'm going to do at this time is I'm going to bring up my guest, Dr. J. Wilson.
Hey, Shelly,
Yes.
what's up?
Edibles on deck. So, Jay Wilson, thank you so much for even, taking up my offer to be on the show. And y'all will know that God is real anytime me and Jay Wilson can come together and do a collaboration, okay? He will work it out if you get on the main line, okay? So, look, I call this weed and it's really weed and wine Wednesdays, but I had to change it to trees because YouTube they don't like to monetize. And you gave me the name Edible Edna, which I appreciate because I done made a cute coin off of it. I'm trying to drink my wine, but I got a little acid reflex, so I'm like I'm slow sipping over here.
I got you.
But I have to ask you, have you ever had weed before?
No.
Never.
Mm-mm.
You never even smoked cigarettes?
No.
Okay, that's wow.
No. Can you imagine me smoking weed? Could you imagine me drinking?
Wait, you don't drink either?
No.
Wow. Not even sociably. Like if you and Mark go out for dinner, you're not even gonna have like a little glass of Chardonnay?
So who said me and Mark will go out to dinner?
Y'all don't go out to dinner?
I'm playing. I just don't drink. Now, I don't have a problem with other people drinking, but I just don't. I have tasted, but it's not something that I enjoy.
Right. That part I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into too much, I just want to say this. You talk about Florida a lot, but you live in San Antonio. Why did you make the decision to live in Texas versus staying in Florida? Because you seem to be pro-Florida. Anybody that's from Florida, you rock with them. You know what I mean? So what made you take that leap and go to San Antonio?
Well, Florida's home. I'm always going to love where I'm from. And, so Florida's home. I made the decision to leave Florida to go to college in Virginia. And being out of Florida just gave me the opportunity to see other places besides Florida. And I came back home for 8 years just to be involved in the community. And when I felt that because, people always talk about how bad home is, but they never contribute. So
Right.
Once I think I did what I needed to do, that's when I got on with Delta and traveled the country, lived in New York, Chicago, then Cincinnati. And about the time I got into Cincinnati, I was working for a university and they had an opening. And my desire was to go to Houston, but Houston wasn't available. So I chose San Antonio because I'm like, San Antonio is closer to Houston than Dayton. And that's how I got to San Antonio. Wound up liking San Antonio and staying here.
And you like San Antonio better than like New York and the other place? Because you lived in Virginia as well too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know you went to school there.
Yeah. I was a little reluctant because, you hear rumors about Texas, but Texas reminded me of Florida with the heat, no state taxes, and you could buy a nice home for a reasonable price. So I like Texas. I really like the place, and it's warm. I love Chicago. I thought Chicago was a great city, but the winters were brutal, and the summers were bad too. So you either got extreme heat or extreme cold. And once I left Chicago, it was just like I didn't want to go back. Some said you just don't want to go back, so I wound up staying in Texas. No, I really like it.
I've been to both, and I could see how you would choose Texas over Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago, the weather was kind of iffy, up or down or in between. And when I was in Texas, it was just the weather was beautiful. The people were nice. I was surprised to meet so many different people who aren't originally from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So that was surprising to me when I went there. I met a lot of people that were from New York, but then they moved to Texas, later on.
Yeah,
So
you can get a lot of people from California moving to Texas because you can get a nice house for a relatively reasonable price.
right, California too. That some people I met at the hotel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the main topics that people talk about all the time on YouTube are your degrees. They be like, he got all these degrees. So how many degrees do you have? Do you have more than Mona Simone? How many degrees do you have?
I have five. I have five. The last two, and people don't understand that I was going to stop at three. I wanted to finish my doctoral program, but I started working at institutions of higher learning. And so once you get a master's degree in business, and if you do like a marketing degree, then it doesn't take that much time to get it because they're not going to make you take those um, basic classes that you need to take, for the core classes over again. So all you have to take are the electives that go along with that degree. So it's not like I spent my whole life in school. It was that I had a master's degree and it didn't take long to get the other ones at all because all I was doing was just the elective classes that pertain to that particular degree. So it's not hard to do at all. And once you start doing work in the graduate area, it's really not that long. It's really quick. Undergrad was probably about the hardest degree because you had to have 150 credit hours and it took 4 years. But most master's degree programs are going to take a year to about 3 years at the most. And then, you can knock them out and do what you need to do. So, yeah.
Now, I've heard you talk about journalism. So have you started taking any classes in journalism yet, or is that something you plan to do in the near future?
I did. I did. So
Oh, you've
my
already
degree,
done journalism.
yeah, my degree is in music media. So I did a dual degree in music and mass communications. So I've done that already. That was my undergrad degree. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I truly I didn't, because I heard you talking about it and I was like, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was something that you were gonna do. I didn't realize you had already
Mm-hmm.
done it. Now, some people have an issue with your ministry degree because they can't separate it from your YouTube persona. So, how do you feel about that? People who have an issue who say, well, you shouldn't have pastor in your name, or you shouldn't portray yourself as a minister if you're going to be on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like they don't take your ministry degree serious because they don't see you utilizing it, on a daily basis, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to do that on YouTube. And it's just like saying someone who's an actor on Broadway or someone who's on television shouldn't strive for a degree that deals with religious studies because they're on TV. I have learned how to separate YouTube from my real life, and that's how I see it. And people think what they want. Long as the people who I interact with on a daily basis and, who I deal with on a daily basis, know who I am, that's good. And that's how I see it.
Right.
That's what I really have for that. Some people are not going to like what I do. Some people will. Some people don't like Cheryl Underwood. Let me give you a good example. Cheryl Underwood's brought up in the church and she knows scriptures, and it's a lot of people. Ricky Smiley was a church musician, and some people like him, some people don't. And all I will say is, just because you don't think or a person thinks that I shouldn't do this, that's your denomination, that's your dogma, those are your beliefs. And you know what? As an American, you should be able to believe the way you want to believe. But as an American, I can believe the way I want to, and that's how I feel about it. But I'm not upset because people feel that way.
Yeah, some people, they get mad about, the amount of support you get, or they get mad about the amount of money that you get. And what I've said to somebody in particular was, favor ain't fair. And you don't really have to understand that person's favor, but it is what it is. And I know a lot of people don't like that statement, what, favor is not fair, but it's not. And it just is what it is. Some people, they have a particular calling, or they have, what I'm saying, they have favor, and God sees them through whatever situation that they get in, elevate them or whatever. And some people don't understand that. But like I said, again, this is really not for everybody to understand.
Yeah. And I don't get upset about it. I understand that, to me, this is a gig. This is what I do. I used to do it on Sundays, but I usually am called away on Sunday, so I'm not able to do it. Not because I feel any kind of way, and I have plans to do different things on YouTube. But right now, I'm just playing it by ear. But yeah, I understand people will feel that way, Shelly. But you just keep it moving, and you can only explain it, and people are going to feel the way they're going to feel.
Right. You can't get too, I don't get too caught up with people, because a lot of times, and I don't mean my people, but I'm saying the people who, dislike, they'll come up with all kind of reasons and rhymes for all kind of stuff that doesn't make any sense. So I don't even pay that stuff any attention. Now, Nika said that you could shop at Baby Gap, right? So, and I thought that was hilarious when she said that, because she was like, just because you can shop in the Baby Gap. So I wanted to ask you, or do you even know how much weight you have lost? And are you anywhere near your weight loss goal?
Um, I'm about around about like 60, and I'm going to try to get 20 pounds under 200. And at this particular point, I am at around about 209. So I got a little ways to go, but almost there.
Yeah, I've actually started back on I don't want to really so much say a weight loss journey, as much as I'm on a be healthy journey, meaning, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and also physically. And, people can say whatever they want to say, but until you see something in yourself where you want to change, then that's when you're going to pick up and say, let me do something about it. And when them pants was ripping, I'll say, oh, no, ma'am, we're going to do something with this. So, I commend you with that, because, and losing weight is one thing, maintaining weight, you already know that's a whole nother ball game. So I give you the utmost, credit
I
for doing that.
appreciate
It's
that.
not easy at all. It's really not. And I also, thanks to you, got my I don't know if you can see it too good, my water bottle.
I got
And
to fill mine up in a few. I got ice in the bottom of it here.
yeah, I started putting the ice in it because of you too. So when I'm leaving out, I put ice in it and stuff like that. And I noticed that if you don't crank it up too high, you can fill these up way more than what they say on the box.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually keep mine at a 4, 3 or 4.
Oh, 3 or 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have fruit punch in this one right here. And I do
Mm-hmm.
notice that I do drink a lot more water, but I'm not also the type of person who will not deal with just regular plain water. I'm okay with plain water, but this just gives it like a little hint of something.
This has helped me. This has helped me out a great deal because me and plain water is This has helped me out a great deal. A
Yeah,
great
some
deal.
people need lemons and all that stuff. Me, not really, but this is a
Mhm.
nice. It's a nice little switch up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so now speaking of weight loss, I know you said you don't watch nobody, so I did all the leg work for you.
Okay.
I did all the watching. Okay, so properly bona fide, aka cemented, uh, aka properly live, because she has two different channels, and I do have her channel. So as I'm playing this little clip, and you guys know I'm really against using people's stuff, but I have a small little clip that I wanted to play of something that she had to say to Jay Wilson. She seems to feel that Jay Wilson's a little bit jealous of her. Apparently, you're a little bit pressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip, and then I want to come back. I forgot to warn y'all that we was gonna hold on. I'm sorry, chat. I forgot to tell you this is where now we're gonna slide into some mess real quick. I'm sorry. I forgot to give y'all the heads up. So we're gonna get into some mess real quick. Now this clip is about a little bit less than 5 minutes. It's like 4 minutes and some change. I can't pause it because I have it in my StreamYard for this particular one. So we're just gonna listen to it on out, and then I would like to hear your response to what she had to say about, you basically being jealous of her. In the meantime, while that's playing, I am going to drop the link to her channel so that you guys can check her out if you should choose to do so in support. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this clip from Properly Bonafide.
Girl, we was at sushi rolling. My arms looking better than James Caldwell. Sushi rolling, sushi rolling over there. I was like, yes, sushi roll. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't tripping because while I'm a sushi roll, he gon' pizza roll, hot wing roll, big gulp roll. Okay, yes. Notice again the level to which I'm doing something is on another level with another refined taste. And he's so mad. And he swears to God that I think I'm trying to be over here thinking I'm better than him. No. But let's talk about it. The niggas, the wench, because that's what he is at this point. He's not a nigga. He's a wench, okay? The wench sat up there and said, she thinks she all that showing them clothes and stuff like that. But he don't watch me, right? He don't watch me. He don't think about me because I don't have no numbers. That's what the wench said, okay? But if you did not watch me, you would not know that I had my red, beautiful red suit on that you hated because you don't have the body or the Adi. No, you don't have the body. You just got the Adi on your body. That's real, okay? He wouldn't have known that I was fresh to death in my white tee on the motherfucking cruise, okay? He hated on that motherfucking sequin dress that I had on, baby. Get it, girl. Y'all remember that short I did? Get it, girl. He was sick. He couldn't even say. He was so sick. That wench couldn't even say nothing. He couldn't even say. He couldn't say nothing good. He couldn't say nothing bad because that booty was swanging. That body was banging. That dress was cold blooded, and I was doing it on a level that he will never ever be able to do. See, when I dress in today's dates, in today's clothes, okay. Even when he goes and buys shit, the shit is dated. The shit is 3 seasons ago. He said he likes to go to dealers and get the $8 sale. Y'all heard the nigga say that about 2 years ago? That he goes to the fucking dealers. Dealers, girl, I love me some dealers. I grew up on dealers, okay? Copper Key, French Connection, bitch, for the little girls, okay? Don't get the shit started. What was it? London Fog. What was the other stuff that we used to get out of there? It was another one. It was kind of like it was coats, and it wasn't London Fog. but it was a cold ass coat. It was something like in the name, whatever the name of it, was something like a queen. It wasn't a queen, but it was something. It denoted like a queen or someone of that ilk. What is the name of it? But it was off the chain, baby. Please, okay. We had all them coats, all them. We had the Paddington Bear. We had the Madeline. We had shit the Madeline with the hat. Girl, please, please. Jay Wilson is over there waiting on $8 for shit to go down. That nigga, okay? And the thing about it is, on that cruise, almost every single thing I bought was from Shein. From Shein. And y'all didn't even see half of the stuff. So not only can I go get discounted shit and be up to date and trendy and looking good in it and that it fits my body, it's not Audi. You know what I'm saying? But then he'll be like, oh, I went over to Nordstrom's and I got, after he picked through the Nordstrom rack, he ain't go no Nordstrom's. He went to Nordstrom rack. After he picked through Nordstrom rack, just like it was motherfucking Ross, okay? And I ain't against Nordstrom rack, but I'm buying clothes over there because I'm not gonna pick. Okay, I go get shoes over there. All right, shoes, sunglasses, and maybe a purse. But if you can find you some, hell, my homegirl found a badass leather jacket in Nordstrom Rack for a penny, baby. She didn't think it was a penny when she went up there, but for some reason, the way they had marked it down, it was 1 penny, and it was leather, and it was not leather. It wasn't Jay Wilson's leather. It was real leather. Okay, hold on. Jay Wilson is in serious competition with you. Now he's going on 2 cruises. He a motherfucking lie. And and they all cost a $199. I didn't know he going on another cruise, girl. So what, bitch? I am too. Jay Wilson, I'm going to get a tummy tuck. Now beat that, because I know you still need work. It's the titties for me. I haven't seen them standing up. It's the chest for me. You know what I'm saying? Can you get work done without relying on the ride or dies? Or, what's that name?
All right now. So as you see, you seem to be in some type of competition with her. Are you going on cruises because she's going on cruises?
I'm going on cruises because I'm from Cocoa Beach, Florida, and we have Port Canaveral. I mean, I didn't know she had to lock on cruises. This is a show. I don't go to that lady's page and jealous of her because I just come over to do a show. And last that I looked, that I've been in my relationship for 5 years. And so, and even when I was in a relationship, I didn't have problems getting men or women for that matter. So I just wish her well. But yeah, I don't think I'm better than she. And I'm definitely not intimidated or jealous or in competition. I live in Texas. She lives in Georgia. So yeah, yeah. And that Nordstrom was that Lock and Terra Mall. It's not a rack. But I wish her well and God bless her. Sound like she has some issues. I mean, I can't help you, Shelley, with that. I'm not in competition. When I turn my camera off, she's the last person on my mind, and I've seen the red outfit or whatever she was wearing,
Also,
and
you
God
did see
bless her.
you saw the
Oh, I saw it. People send me stuff, Shelley. People send me stuff,
yeah, well that
and
is
I'll
true.
talk
People will
about it.
send stuff.
And then occasionally I will go over there. I used to go over there a lot, but I went in and dropped in, and oh my God, then she took it as I was, stalking her, and I'm like, okay. So I stopped going in for that because I was just over there to help with them 9 people she had in the chat, and you can't even do that. So, but I just wish her well. I'm not in competition with her. I don't think about her when I'm off these YouTube streets, and yeah,
But
yeah.
pretty much you will acknowledge the fact that you do watch her from time to time,
From
and
time to time, I watch everybody from time to time. Yeah,
she was looking good in that red outfit. Can
I'm
we
not
agree?
saying that. I'm
Okay.
absolutely not saying that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say something that I don't believe. But God
I,
bless her
I
heart.
I didn't see it, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
and I do buy things on sale. I do, and I don't have a problem with that. And
Mm.
that's for me. And my fashion may not be her fashion, and it's all good. So I don't get angry about that. That's trivial stuff. That's petty stuff. She's supposedly an educated woman. So I hope that she doesn't carry this off into her real life. I just hope this is YouTube.
She power forward said she was looking great, and you're saying you just hope that this is all just for the click. You know what I'm saying? The click in
It
the
may
beat.
be
You
because
hoping that
I'm
this ain't
really
for
not.
real.
Yeah, I'm really not angry with that lady and competing and all of that stuff and whatever.
And shout out to those watching us on Facebook. We are streaming live right now on Facebook and Twitter, and I see my cousins watching. So shout out to my cousin Angie. Love you. So okay, so we got that cleared
No,
up.
but that's honest. When I'm on YouTube, it's YouTube. Once it's off of you, I'm done. So it's all good. So
Right. So
yeah,
you heard that
not jealous,
you
not
don't feel no type of
angry,
way.
don't hold malice. It's not trying to compete against her, all of that stuff, yada yada. Yeah, it was comical to me, but it is what it is.
Okay, now we got Jay Dunn in the building who says she appreciates properly bona fide perspective.
I don't
She's
deal
the
with that
OG.
person
And I will
anymore.
say she is, listen, I will say this. Properly bona fide is always been on these streets as long as I have, if not probably longer than me. So she's definitely a OG. I will give her that. What's up, Naima? And hello to everybody in the chat. So the next thing I wanted to talk about it. I want to go back to a time where you and Rebel, you guys were planning a cabin trip, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, you know, long story short,
I wasn't planning it. Yeah, this was Rebel's trip.
Rebel planning it.
Mm-hmm.
So Castro Cannon came out and he made some allegations. A lot of people may not know that he retracted what he said. And he stated that basically he made the story up and he lied on Jay Wilson because he was just sick of Jay Wilson picking on him, using him as a part of his commentary, which I'm going to be honest, and I'm just trying to be as unbiased as I can be. I've been watching Jay Wilson for a pretty long time, and I don't ever recall Castro Cannon being a part of his commentary, but I could have missed it. It doesn't mean that I've seen everything. So when he said that, I was a little taken back because I'm like, I don't really ever remember you making him a part of your, you know, your show. Mm-hmm. So he stated that that was the reason why, you know, he made up those lies or whatever. Unfortunately, in the beef sector, a lot of times people will hold on to the lie and they will forget about the truth. You know what I'm saying? When the person comes and corrects it, they will act like they didn't hear it. But everybody remembers when he was making it seem like you were trying to hook up with them. So after I thought that was going to be the end of that situation, you know, because I had even said something to you and I had let you know, what he said or whatever. And you was like, you know, I don't have any hard feelings towards him or whatever. But then I came across this where I actually feel a little jealous because he made a whole song up for you. You know what I mean? I've had people do many things, but I've never had a song. So we're going to get into the song and what he had to say. This clip is not as long. I think this is it's actually 3 minutes. I can't pause it. So we're just going to listen to this. And then when we come back, I would like to hear what Jay Wilson has to say about his song that Castro made for him and also what he had to say. I believe this live was titled Prayer Cloths. Okay.
Oh, Jay Wilson, it's the fake ass nigga in my eyes. He's not that real. He's not that real. Oh, Jay Wilson is that nigga that you don't want to meet up with. Cause he'll tell all your business. He will tell all your business. You want to have the nerve to call me slow. You want to have the nerve to call me broke. But at the same time, God is on my side. I can acknowledge all of that. Oh, Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga in my whole eyes. Jay Wilson is a fake ass niggas. He wanna try to have a coat over there. Shout out to all the fake ass rider lambs, cause I seen your ass in the chat and I blocked a few of you guys. Oh, Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga that you never wanna meet. Jay Wilson. Oh, Jay Wilson, sorry I have to come to this, but it was only a matter of time. Cause when somebody get on your ass, don't run and hide your tail. Don't run and hide your tail. Oh, Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga and a fake
ass chaplain, a fake ass pastor, a fake ass singer. He's very fake on that singing shit. Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga. I said Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga. Oh, nigga, please get up off of me. You wish you looked like me, baby. You wish you had a body size like me at your age. Keep on eating those small meals and milkshakes, bitch. How about that? Keep on doing that. Okay? Keep on doing that. Unlike you, I don't have to starve myself. Unlike you. Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga. He's a fake ass nigga. He acts totally like a woman instead of a man. How God created him. Hey, Jay Wilson. So now you can live your truth, huh? You want the whole world to know how you do, boo. Oh no, girl, you see, girl, you're wrong. Girl, you're wrong. Jay Wilson is a fake ass nigga. He's a fake ass wannabe woman. Wanted to be a woman. That's the thing. He wanted to be a woman, which is saddening to me. It's just like, nigga, you got a dick and ball between the motherfucking legs. You will never, ever, ever be a woman. out there in the streets. Hell no. Oh, Jay Wilson is a fake. Oh, Jay Wilson is a fake. I can never trust a nigga like that. Let alone sitting on the front row in the pew, on a pew for his services. Y'all be careful out there for false prophets like that, because Jay Wilson is a false prophet, and I can't wait till God to get on their ass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, can we start with out of 0 to 10? How would you rate him on his singing?
Well, first of all, he needs to work on his timing and his lyrics, but I did like the speaking part. I like the talking part. It was really good. A little variety in the runs, but overall, not bad at all. But the lyrics and the timing was a little off, but I do like, this and and how he talked.
He was giving us a little Anthony Hamilton. I heard a little Anthony Hamilton up in there.
Go ahead. I ain't mad at him. So yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know it was a song.
Have you ever had a song made for?
Excuse me?
Have you ever had a song made for you before?
Not like that.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Yeah,
I think he's a solid singer. The timing was a little off, and then some of the lyrics were like, but overall, I was like, wow, that's my first time hearing that. Wow.
Yeah, I heard it and thought, well, goddamn, my haters gonna have to step their game up because I ain't never had a damn song made for me. I'm feeling some type of way about it.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, but I accepted the apology. And again, I didn't know my character could bring that out of people, but I guess I'm doing a good job if it does. And, hey, it is what it is. I'm serious. I just don't take it serious. But yeah, he had a lot to say.
Do you think that maybe your reading and roasting might be too harsh for people who are a little bit more sensitive? Because I feel like some people who are either sensitive or either think that you really internalize all of this, like maybe it's a bit much for them. So you think it's maybe...
I heard that in Atlanta a lot, and I was very surprised because I'm like, this is just a show. I don't know you all like that. And I think this is why we have the problem of people doing extreme doxing, because they may not have that game. So they get a little sensitive about things. And then the next thing you know, they're doxing. I always thought that that's what that was about for the most part. When you can't come back with anything, this is what you'll do. But, I don't curse people out. Doing the roast for the most part. I just keep it real clean, keep it real, 100, and that's it. But some people go real low, go real gutter, and after all of this, I never called Castro the F word, or yeah. But
And
it is what it
another
is.
thing too is I think that some of us have become like desensitized to a lot of stuff. Like it would take a lot to like really upset me to see certain things here in this beef sector, because I feel like we've
Mhm.
seen it all and we heard of all. So a lot of this stuff doesn't really get to me. And I think some people are just not, I don't know what it is, but they seem to be a little bit more sensitive, because when he made that video explaining how he lied on you, he seemed to be really hurt, and he sounded like he was speaking from a place of he's being bullied and stuff like that. So
No, Shelly, I think he just got with another content creator who was not, who didn't care for me as well. And I think that sometimes people get pushed to do things, and I think it may have come from that as well. But no harm, no foul.
I definitely agree with that. I do think that it
Yeah.
was a lot of outside influences where even if
Hmm.
they didn't say do it, he felt as though I have to do something to fit in, or whatever the case may be. So I definitely believe that. Now on this next one here, this one I was confused by this beef, because I honestly didn't even know that you and Honest Road knew each other. And so when and Honest Road, I don't know if you in the bushes or the clouds. I know I don't really ever see you over here like that, but I don't know what's going on with Honest Road. Honest Road doing all type of cussing and carrying on. I don't know this road. This road this thing came out. He's way different from Honest Road a couple months ago. So I'm not really for sure what has changed, but it seems like, at least what I picked up, it seems like he feels like you're siding with your vlog son, Stomp Down and Wonky Pro. So I'm going to play this clip of him where he is speaking on you. He states that you came to his channel, I guess, to troll him or either bother him. At least that's the way he's talking. Again, like I said, I didn't even know that you knew who he was, and you had invited him to your platform. So then he makes a video and he responds to that. Yes, Honest Road has been Honest Road. Honest Road. Let me tell you this from a non-biased standpoint. You might be doing a little too much. Now you can keep doing it if you want to. I'm just telling you how it looked from my side of the computer screen. It just looked like you're doing a bit. You can keep doing it, no problem. But it just doesn't seem like you. You don't seem like yourself. You seem like you're taking on another character, maybe as a way to fight back at whatever you feel like is going on. But it doesn't. It doesn't really suit you, in my opinion. But that's just what the fuck do I know? Shit, I'm halfway bipolar. Med check. So let me get to this clip of here on this roll. And what he had to say, this is a 3-minute clip, so we're going to play this real quick, and we will be right back.
Pastor Wilson coming over, with his little posse, coming over last night, while I was giving commentary on the common swamp trash, the rat bitch over there, trying to see what tea he could latch out of me by telling me to go to his platform, come to his platform, bring my earth over to his platform, in order to give him my commentary for his coins. Fuck out of here, pastor. Go pray about it, bitch. Okay? Talking about, other than trying to, what is it if I am? Because pastor, that's the only reason you wanted to come on. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Did you pay for the airfare or what? Is all you give a damn about when it comes to me. And let's talk about the reasons, respect I gave to the so-called pastor. first, one of the things, the reasons, Pastor, didn't you say you don't give a fuck about no new over in the B sector? How many times have you dogged out folks that say are new? Them new folks over there, like you not like the new folks. Okay, so you right over there with Swamp did not care for my ass. Okay, you said that multiple times, and you think I'm gonna feel some comfortability to go over there and say, "Here, Pastor, let me give you all the shit that I know. Here. I'm paying you, bitch." No, not gonna happen. Okay. You got your common mother panel. It's been a long time coming since we've seen that bitch over there on your panel. Huh? Is it because he can't bring you any views anymore, any more coinage? So you said, fuck him? Just remember, you are the master manipulator. So that shit ain't gonna happen. You bring your posse over there, motherfuckers that ain't never came over in my chat. Keep y'all motherfucking asses over there with Passa, okay? Because I don't give a fuck about what the fuck y'all talking about over there, okay? Because he got a lot of issues that he needs to be dealing with instead of trying to figure out just how broke a bitch about. Trying to lower level all of us are over here, so you can talk about us. And you got a whole man over there. I'm sick of you motherfuckers that got a whole goddamn man and always in somebody else's shit and being in everybody else's motherfucking shit. All right, but keep doing it for your coinage.
Okay. Yeah, you
I'm so
always
sorry.
said you care about the coin.
I'm sorry he feels that way. I heard that Honest Rico stomped down and Juan Key Pro they were going at it. So I just went over to say, hey man, I heard that you are doing a whole lot of swinging and what's going on with you and Juan Key Pro. Now this is the funny part about it, Shelly. When I came over there, he was very, very, hey, how you doing, Jay Wilson? And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm like, I'm doing well. And then I said, well, hey, if you want to come over, you can. I'm open to that. But there were some people
wait,
in
what?
his chat.
Wait a minute.
No, hold on. There were people in his chat
Uh-huh.
because I had left. So I left because I was actually on my show. I was doing a live while he was doing a live. We were on, I guess, at the same time. And people
Okay.
told me what was going on. So I went over there and it was very warm and hey, Passa, and all of this. And I'm like, okay. So I said, well, hey, if you want to come over. Now, one thing I will say is he told me that if I want to find out, I would have to ask Juan Key Pro. And I actually went to Key Pro's video to see what he was talking about. And
Right.
it seemed that Juan Key Pro was upset with him because he canceled on him and didn't give him notice that he wasn't going to be coming. And it kind of made Juan Key Pro upset. So I did find that out. That's what he told me to do. But it was very, hey, Jay Wilson and all of this stuff. So when all of this stuff happened, I went back to my live. But I guess some people had talked to him and I guess they were like, oh, he's trying to be messy and stuff. But truth be told, I got what I needed from Juan Key Pro. He did give me the right advice to go and check Juan Key Pro out or ask him, and that's exactly what I did. I'm not upset with Honest Ro. I don't have anything against him, but I'm here for a coin. So when he went off, I'm like, well, let me go ahead and make this coin. But to this day, I don't have anything against Honest Ro. He also said that I treated him poorly on my platform, which is not true. I offered him suggestions and what he could do for his channel, and that's it. But again, no big whoop. I just do what I do. And I'm sorry that he felt that way, but when people put that battery in your back, you just go from there. And I
Fuse.
and I just
I'm
can't help that people
confused.
like or don't like me. Again, it's the character, and if you don't like the character, that's fine. I'm good with that.
I'm confused because I could have sworn that he said you asked him to come over and he basically did not go and was
No,
not going
I
to go.
went to his platform. I typed in the platform. I see you're swinging, and hey, what's going on with you and One Key Pro? I actually asked him those questions, and he said, "Hey, Passa," and all of this, and he said, "Well, you're gonna have to ask One Key Pro." I mean, that's the honest answer. You got to ask One Key Pro,
Yeah.
and that's why I went over to find out what One Key Pro really said. It was after I left, and then I think I said, "Well, if you want to come over, you can." And he was like, "Yeah," but then you had some people who said, "No, I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't go over," and it's his decision whether he goes over or not. And he didn't. I wasn't upset with it. Life went on, and we kept talking about what we were talking about. And then a couple of minutes later, people saying that, "Oh, he's going off," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, not a problem."
Child, going from hey Passa to fuck Passa every other 2 words in your video is like night and day. Like,
It is,
okay,
but that's what
okay,
people give you,
child.
and I'm good with it. I know what YouTube gives, and again, I don't get personally involved with this. I don't know Honest Row that well. I am familiar with him. Again, we don't own property together. I mean, I'm excited he got his bed, and I hope that bed is serving him well. And I just hope that he's good. Yeah.
Child, Chad, I might have put down too many questions on tonight because, baby, we only up to question number 10 and we had an hour already. Okay, this is getting good because this is crazy now because 1 minute they hi Jay Wilson and the next minute they cussing you out. I can't with
Yeah.
you. I can't do it. Whoo! Oh my God. Okay. Now this one, I don't know. I might have to cut around this next one because it's so goddamn long. So the next person that I wanted to talk about was, now you got accused of being a racist, which will never, ever, 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 ever understand people who say that Black people can be racist. I don't think it's possible. I don't believe in it.
I can be prejudiced, but I
You can
can't
be
be racist
prejudiced, but
because
you
I don't
can't
have the
be racist.
power.
Exactly. So that's my thought process. But you got accused of being a racist. Now, why do you think that Tim hates you so much? But before you get started with that, I do want to play a little piece of this clip of what he had to say about you being a racist. So now this one I can actually pause because it's longer and I couldn't put it in here. I may not end up playing this whole thing because we still got a whole lot more to go. So let's see. So let me get this one up.
Want me to, I want you to love me, baby, just like I want you. Ooh, ooh. Oh, there's so much more in this world.
Let's start with this first. Who sounds better, Uncle Tim or Castro Cannon? Who has a better voice, Uncle Tim or Castro Cannon? If you had to have one of them sing for you at you and Mark's wedding, who would it be, Castro or Tim?
Well, no, it would be singing, but I just think Castro has. I think Castro has a good voice. I think Castro has a very good voice.
So you're going with Castro.
I think
All
Castro
right.
has a good voice.
Right. So Castro gonna sing a little Anthony Hamilton, "Marry Me."
No,
Okay.
no. He ain't coming because then the next thing you know, it's we were trying to get him in a throuple. So no, we're not gonna do that.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so we gotta get Tim then. Tim gonna do the singing.
Moving right along, Shelly. Don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that, Shelly.
Okay. Okay, so let's get into this about you being a racist. Let me finish playing this tape.
Hey, people, I'm Rich Chateau, Mocha Drop, Tanya B. T-Key, I never 75. Hi, Miss Tracy. How How y'all doing? Baby, I got to come on here and talk about this. I thought I'd leave this fool alone. I witnessed how she trying to turn that damn hurricane in Florida to cash. She immediately went to cash. I said, I don't even want to watch the videos. She started begging from the first fucking statement. Any old excuse to beg. I'm not begging for me. I'm not begging for me. I wonder what the end result was there. Right? What the hell does the hurricane got to do with you getting money from these people? But I said, no, I'm bored with her. It's better for me just not to listen to her. But since it was a slow day on Sunday, I went over there. And guess what I heard? So we're going to do a reaction to this racist rant of his. I don't understand how people don't want people to be racist towards them, yet they want anything they want to come out of their mouths. In other words, they don't got to respect nobody, which we already know he has a problem with respecting people, but then they want everybody to respect them, right? So just so I'm not just jumping off half-baked here, we're going to listen to some of this rant of his, and then we're going to have a reaction to it. Y'all care? Okay, this is a discussion. This is going to quickly devolve into his hatred of white people, apparently, particularly gay white people. He went to see this movie with T.S. Madison, and what's the guy named Lawrence made a brief roles there. They're not actresses. I don't know why that's such a surprise, honey. They're doing cameos anyway. She gonna turn that all into, it's supposed to be like Pose. So then she drifts off into all of her racist views. And I want to discuss them because I like people to respect me. That's why I respect them. If I don't respect them, I have no rights to expect them to respect me. But I expect to be respected. Why? Because I respect other people. Right? So let's see what the bitch got to say. We're claiming fair use here.
Y'all gotta see the movie. Some of this stuff, I'm like, this is not me.
It ain't supposed to be you, bitch.
I'm like, they lost me. That's just like me saying, oh, you're going to Boys Town in Chicago. If I had to choose from Boys Town and Club Escape down on the south side, I'm going to Club Escape.
Why wouldn't you go to Club Escape? Miss Thing, this movie was not made for you, girl. If you don't want to see the goddamn movie, leave the theater or don't go to it, bitch. Ain't nobody making no movies for your pleasure. Oh, this ain't me. This ain't me. Oh, they're going to Boys Town.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was on mute. So I'm gonna pause that right there. How do you feel about him accusing you of being, even though I don't think it's possible, but of you being racist?
He sounds really angry. You know, people take things out of context. They don't, listen. I was really it was amazing that they used Miss Lawrence and Maddie to really push the movie. Like they had major roles. And then when we
Right.
got to the movie, it was like, okay, they didn't do too much. And and it was okay for me to give my review. And obviously I must have been right because they're suffering at the box office now. And when I was talking about Pose, I was saying, well, maybe these writers that have been successful in telling stories of same gender loving queer individuals, maybe they could reach that audience. And and I was just bringing out some differences between the culture. And if he doesn't think there's racism in the LGBTQ plus community with black and white, then he's been hiding under a rock somewhere. And I think Tim has been exposed to, I guess, his white friends maybe in San Francisco. And maybe he really never intermingled with black men who were same gender loving. I really don't know. Now, do I have friends who are LGBTQ and not black? You better believe I do. But it still doesn't diminish the fact that there's racism even in that community. And I believe that the movie was made for a specific targeted audience, but they just put in sprinkles of blackness to get me in the theater.
Right.
There's nothing
Now I
wrong with that.
haven't
And
seen
I don't think
haven't
I'm racist for saying that. I just think that I'm being realistic.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I will say with the last movie that she participated in, I went to go see that movie strictly because she was in it. It's not something that I would have like went to go see. The movie
The
overall, it was
same
okay.
reason why I went to go see it, Shelley, because her
Right.
Miss Lawrence was in it, and I wanted to support Maddie, and yeah, and so that's it. So yeah,
Yeah. So I could believe that they would ask certain people BT to get that audience, or even whether it be social media personalities to get their core audience to come in and check out these movies, because that's how the
hmm
last movie was. She literally had one small part in it, which I think is still huge because anytime
yeah.
being on the
And
big
I'm not.
screen
Let
is
me
huge.
say this too, Shelley. I'm not trying to diminish their accomplishment. I think I was very happy that they were in the movie. So it's no thing that I'm trying to diminish their accomplishments. And I think that they're going to do better. However, again, if you would go look at the trailer, it
Right.
was Miss Lawrence and Maddie forefront. And then when we get to the movie, it's like, okay, why aren't they getting more parts or doing this?
More.
And again, it's to get me in. That's how I felt. And I think I have a right to feel that way, but I don't think that's racist. I just think that that's how the movies are run. And again, I'm not trying to have the movie to be like Pose. I'm just saying I thought Pose was very good because here are transgender women telling their story, and people were glued to the TV to see it, which is
Right.
not something that people would do. People of color at that. So that's where I was coming from, and I knew who the movie was made for, but I thought we would have a bigger piece in that movie. But no, I don't take away Maddie and Lawrence's accomplishments. I think it's great. I was happy to see them even in that role, but I'm not gonna act like, oh, it was so great. And no, the movie was okay. The movie was okay. Let me tell you what, I'm gonna say it now because the movie, you got to go see it. The funniest part of that movie was when the the secondary main character, the love interest of the main character, was getting ready to leave his job,
Mm-hmm.
and he was telling the people why he was this lady, this African American woman, why he was leaving the job. And she said she's going to fulfill her passion and is doing Kamala Harris impersonations. And she did the Kamala Harris impersonation, and it was so funny. It was nothing like Kamala Harris, but it was so funny. That was the funniest part of the movie to me. So even with that, the movie was missing some things, and I think that Maddie and Miss Lawrence were kind of nemesis. They were going back and forth with each other, but that could have even been developed more, and it wasn't. But like I said, that's my feeling about it.
Yeah.
But you got to go watch the movie yourself, and that's all I was saying with that movie.
Like I said, I didn't hear your review, but I do know based off the movie that I saw with her the last time, the clip that they showed ahead of time, I thought for sure that I would see more of her, but pretty much what they showed in the preview is what I saw in the movie. So I think that it's, the movie shouldn't be so misleading to make it think that, this is what it's really about. If it's not. Now in the chat, they're having a conversation going on about you use the term same loving gender, which I know you've explained before. Why you use that. Would you care just to explain that one more time for the people before we move on?
Yeah, same gender loving was coined by an African American man, and it's more Afrocentric than Eurocentric. And gay doesn't define what people may have. Same gender loving meaning that I love someone of the same gender. Gay can connotate many things, so it's very Afrocentric, and I would rather go with the Afrocentric, not because I'm ashamed to say it, but that's why. And Shelley is right. I did explain it on one of my most recent videos. So go over there and check it out. I'm sorry, Shelley, I'm not reading the chat, but
Oh no, you're
because I
fine.
want to focus on the interview. But yeah, so not because I'm ashamed of the word gay, but I would rather use same gender loving because a black person coined it. I think it defines us. And again, there's so many connotations of what gay is about. So yeah, that's why I use it. I'm not ashamed of gay. I just prefer
I think
same gender
everybody has
loving.
their own terms that they like to use, for different things, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, before I move on to the next one, do you think there's ever a time where you and Tim could actually have a mature dialogue? Y'all could just, maybe
We
not
did.
in person.
We
Huh?
did.
You
We
feel
did.
like you guys already did that?
We did in Atlanta, and but Shirley, I'm just to the point where I'm good. I know this is the show for me. I don't hate that man. I don't know him that way in real life. It's just that's his character, and I have a script for his character, and that's how I move on. So we really don't have anything to say each other. I don't hate him. I don't hate anyone. I just do what I'm supposed to do for my show and just move on. Just
This
that
is
simple.
this is just work for you.
Just work for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I would have reached out to Tim for a statement, but I only have his email, and I figured he probably wouldn't have responded back, right away. So, I don't have, any input from him on that as far as that. But you always say that there's no friends on YouTube. It's something that I had to learn the hard way. Many other people, I think, have had to learn it the hard way that, this really is and should be treated as a job. I know that you say there are no friends on YouTube. However, you have met up with some YouTubers. Doesn't mean that you're friends with them, but you have met up with some. Those meetups, some have turned out good, which you still have good relationships with now. Heidi Flaucci, I want to see her coochie because you always talk about the kitty cat. Also on site April, Wolverine, and Vivian, etc., etc., etc. However, there have been a couple people that you met up with and things have not gone well, or at least they're not well right now, should I say. So I'm just going to name these people, and if you could just tell me why you think that you guys might not be in a good place. If you don't have a rhyme or reason or you don't know, we can just go right on to the next. But I just wanted to hear from your side why you think, the fact that you guys have met each other in real life. You may have broke bread with some of these people. Maybe you didn't with others. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. The first person on my list is Dory.
I'm not in a bad place with Dory. I just left Dory alone. I'm just not in a bad place with Dory. I think Dory wanted me to push her um, page, and Dory was going through a lot of personal stuff, and I'm like, I don't think this is good for you mentally. You're going through a lot, and yeah. So I really don't have a problem with Dory. I just don't deal with Dory, but I don't have a problem with her.
Okay, so that you're just in a place where you do you, I'ma do me. You
Yeah.
over there, I'm over here. We good.
Hmm.
No hard feelings. I don't have to say anything ridiculous about you.
Yeah.
Actually, not a bad place to be. I think like that we could actually just adult. On this social media
Hmm.
platform, you don't always have to fight somebody and pull out weapons and do all of this, and you don't always have to
Hmm.
kiss somebody ass. Sometimes it's okay to just stay over there.
Just
I'm
move
gonna be over
on.
here, and it is.
Yeah.
Second person I have on my list would be Mona.
I'm sorry, Shelly, you breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Press 1 in the chat, please, if you guys can hear me okay.
I
If
can
I'll
hear you
leave
now.
out
Yeah.
and oh, you can hear me now. So the second
Mhm.
person is Mona Simone. Are you in the same place that you are
Um,
with Dory?
I just don't. Yeah, Mona, she's she's done a lot, and I'm in a place. I can deal with Dory more than Mona.
Okay.
Yeah, Mona is really different, and yeah, the cruise ship thing did it for me, and I can understand if you were sick, but to really lash out at people like it was their fault, and that left a bad taste in my mouth, and yeah, yeah, that's not a person that I just want to be with, and I'm sure she feels the same way. So I'm sure the feeling is mutual. So yeah, that's why I'm with her.
Okay.
I feel
So
the feeling is
they
mutual.
just
So
there and there.
yeah.
Okay. So the third person I have on my list is Fabe.
You know, I just don't like people who think that friendship is being blindly loyal, and that, I think it's a lot of control issues. And then when things may go south, then I'll hold something that I think may damage you against you. And I think we've seen that a couple of times with a couple of content creators. So yeah, so I yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. The QB apology, because you had this person on your platform, and I'm like, you don't control my platform like I don't control yours, and I think it was a control issue. But I wish her well as well. You live and you learn.
Okay. Child, this got that going cat.
That's a big cat.
Big. He is big. He's bad. Okay, so now I didn't think that you and this person had an issue, but actually one of the rider lists actually has submitted this person. Because they know I started this other game, which we'll get into in a little bit, but they said that you guys were not in a good place. So I was confused by this one. But I put on here, I call him No Love. Some people call him BKL. Um, if you're not in a good place, is there a reason why, or are you guys good? Because maybe that's just
Duchess
confusion
Kelly
again.
Love.
Yeah. I thought that you guys
I
were
don't
good.
have
I've
a
seen him over there
Yeah,
on
I
your
don't have
page.
a problem with Duchess Kelly Love at all. I mean, yeah, Duchess Kelly Love can be his shady self, and I can be my shady self. I think when people fall out with other content creators, where like if Duchess Kelly Love fight James Caldwell, but no, that's their fight. That's not my fight, and I stay out of those. But I don't have a problem with Duchess Kelly Love at all. I mean,
Now,
And again, we don't talk to each other every day and all of that stuff. But Duchess Kelly Love knows how to reach me and say, "What's going on? Do we have a problem?" And vice versa. And if I do, we have ways to communicate to say what's really happening.
Okay.
So no.
Well, now I do know that after you guys did meet up, and I'm not trying to ignite any old beef. I'm just saying that after you guys had met up, I remember him coming back and doing a video, which I feel like he was kind of putting out your personal business. He was stating that you are a, cusser, and maybe that was new news to some people on YouTube. So you basically forgiven him for that. You don't have any hard
Well,
feelings.
I don't have any problem. Yeah, that wasn't major. I mean, me and Heidi had a falling out because she said, I had pus
Bumps in
in
the
the back
back
of
of
my
your
head.
head.
Child, I mean, but again, no harm, no foul. You move on, you grow. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Work with me. We almost at the home stretch of this thing. We almost at the home stretch. I had to push it forward a little bit. Now, this is a game I started, and I just started it last week. Nika was the first one to play it. I don't know how you're I thought about this game with you, and I know how you are. You try to wish. I know you damn sure don't want to say you want to send anybody to hell, but that is the game. And it's basically, do you wish this person well, or do you send them to hell? So I do have a list of YouTubers. Your list is a lot longer than Nika's. Nika's list was like this. Your list is like this. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's not waste any time. The first person on the list, I did reach out to this person for a statement, which was Jay Dunn. I did contact her for a statement today. However, she was in a work meeting. Time to give me a personal statement because I was going to ask her a couple of questions, on the stuff that you guys have had going back and forth with the beef, and then her putting out your personal information. But she was working, so we couldn't get into that. Okay. So the first person on the list, this Jay Dunn, I reached out to you for a response. Don't do me. Don't do me. This is entertainment. You know this. Okay. All right. So Jay Dunn, where are you with her? Do you wish her well, or we sending her to hell? Where are we going with this? Where are we taking her?
You know what? I wish Jay Dunn well, and I wish Jay Dunn will grow up and be the woman that she should be. That's what I wish for Jay Dunn. I don't wish anyone to hell. So, but I just think that she should grow up, and that's it. And I'm done. I'm really done. I think that she just really needs to grow up. You just certain things you just don't do. And I don't think that elevator goes to the top. I think sometimes it just stops and it's a little delayed. But I wish her well. I wish her therapy, and I wish that she will kind of mature at some point in time in her life. That's what I wish her.
Okay. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
heard it here first. Now he said he's not wishing nobody to hell, but this is a game that we play, so we just gonna keep on going down the list as though we think he gonna change his goddamn mind and send somebody to hell, and maybe we'll come up with a name that's gonna make him so mad that he gonna just send them to the pits of hell anyway, even though he said he wasn't gonna do it. Okay, so the next person who was actually in this live earlier had some choice words to say to you. I told them to basically cut it out and that they were not the topic right now and that we would get to them later. Now is your time, Larry Nelson. Larry Nelson, what are we doing with him? Are we wishing him well, or are we sending him to hell?
I am wishing Larry Nelson well. I wish him well with that restaurant business he's going to open and that other book he's going to write. I wish him well on his next Jerry curl that he's going to put in his head. And I just hope that everything works out for him. I don't have a problem with him, and, that's what I wish him. So, yeah, I wish him well.
Jay Dunn says she go to therapy.
Well, good. Tell her to keep going. But let's move on. I don't deal
Okay.
with Jay Dunn anymore. I'm really done with her.
Okay, so the next person is properly bona fide. I know you're hating on her dresses, her cruise ship, and all of that, but she got the body, you got the yachty. Where are we sending her?
I wish her well.
You wish her well. Okay. Now listen, Uncle Tim. Uncle Tim. Now, if this man wish you well, I'm gonna need you to slow down on them videos. Next person is Uncle Tim. Do you wish him well?
I wish him well. I do.
So even if y'all went to go meet up again and Uncle Tim swung on you, you still wish him well?
First of all, that wouldn't happen, but I still wish him well.
Okay.
I wish him well. I don't have, look, Shirley, I don't, this is a show. I don't take these things serious. This is a show. It's a show. I wish him well.
All right. So we got my boo Rico on the list.
I definitely wish Rico well.
Okay. How about Olivia? Now, like I said, I didn't even think you and Olivia had an issue, but then when I heard what was going on, and then I heard your position and how you felt, I understood exactly, why you were upset, and why you said, what you said on your video, because I think everybody has the right to respond back, however they want to on, the commentary that's being given. So how do you feel about Miss Olivia?
I wish Miss Olivia well too. I really do. Shirley, I'm gonna tell you, I cannot say that this is a show and really be angry and upset with people, including the individual who did such an egregious thing of putting a phone number out. I can't even be upset with her. I wish her well. So, but it's a show, and I just hope that just people are more responsible. That's all. But I don't have any. I wish Miss Olivia well. Yeah.
Okay. And how about Brian?
Brian is Brian, and I wish Brian well. Brian is who he is, and I wish Brian well.
Now, as I was ear hustling over at Chelsea's place, I heard her say that she likes Brian, but I guess at some point they had an issue because she felt like he was a flip-flopper. Oh, my popcorn flew in my mouth because I guess maybe he started siding with you about something. I'm not for sure. I didn't get a chance to finish listening to all.
Oh, Shirley, hold on. Give me a quick minute.
Okay.
You know what happens. Yeah.
I know it.
Give me a quick minute.
Take your time. All right. Pastor will be right back with us in just a few. I'm almost at the end of this listen, and I just have a couple more questions, and hopefully we can bring this all full circle in about 15 minutes at the max, probably. More than, Lord, y'all going at it in the daggone chat. And Larry probably left from over here. Larry probably went live. At least Jay Dunn's still in the chat with us. I appreciate you for being here. I truly do. So yeah, he said Brian's gonna be Brian. So I was saying I'm gonna go check out the rest of her videos, and I did put her links. And what I will do when this live is over, I'm gonna put the links of all the content creators where I played their stuff. Ro, Castro, who was the other person? Properly Bonafide, Tim. I'll put the links to their channel, and then I'll also put the links to Jay Wilson's channel. Thank you so much, She Power Forward. I do have some more people coming up soon, so just give me a little bit of time. I was supposed to have everything published out so that you guys could see it, but I just been dealing with life, so that's why I was so behind time. Thank you, Miss Queenie. So yes, I have some other people. Like I said, everybody won't always be able to be in the beef sector, so hopefully you guys still support even when it's people not so much in the beef sector. But yeah, every Wednesday I want to have a different person and have a conversation. I don't really call these interviews too much as I feel like just sitting down and having a a conversation. But conversation, interview, how I want to describe it, is okay with me. So as soon as he gets back, we got 1, 2. Yeah, we got 3 more people that we haven't talked about yet that I'm going to ask him about. Yeah, properly and honest. Yeah. And even if, let's say Honest Rowe feels some type of way about whatever was said here, he can always come up here and we can have a conversation. I'm not opposed to that from anybody, so I don't have a problem with that. at all. But I did promise, I promised Vivian that I was going to have my other stuff set up so that I could tell y'all before this show was out today. But it just so happened that it didn't work that way. But hopefully tomorrow I should have some more people that you see who's coming up on the following Wednesdays. And it's always going to be a Wednesday. It's going to be around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So Jay Wilson is probably over there talking to Mark. That's why he's taking so long. Child. And let me tell you, I've had this same cartridge in here since I purchased this, and I filled this up probably 8 times already. And I can still taste the fruit punch in it. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, Jay Wilson has a link on his channel, and you guys can get it from him, or you can get it from the store. I actually got mine from Walmart, but they do have limited flavors. But if you go on the website with the people who are like affiliated with them or whatever, they have like iced coffee, and they have all kind of different flavors. But Walmart has limited flavors. So yeah. So let's see. Pastor might leave us on here on the main line waiting, honey. And as y'all see, I try to like ask questions that maybe you guys are thinking about, but at the same time, I also don't bring people on here to like humiliate them or whatever. I don't come up here and like play the worst stuff that people could say. It's called Circle bottle, and they have them in I just learned today that they have them in different sizes. The only thing I don't like about this bottle is it doesn't sit in my cup holder in the car. It's too wide at the bottom. And then at Walmart, actually on the website, you will get them cheaper from Jay Wilson than at Walmart for the little refills. So when you put the filter at the top, you get what I'm saying? When you buy them in the box, they come just like this. And then you just stick them right in here. You put them in your water, and it shit tastes like fruit punch. But it's, but it's water. So, and I think when you do them through when you get them, like if you order them through Jay Wilson, it'll be like a monthly subscription or whatever. So you'll get so many per month and stuff like that. Information right there. And at Walmart, actually, I think I only paid $20 for this, and it came with 2 of the filters already with it. It came with like a mixed berry and some type of I think melon. I'm gonna actually do a review on it just so that people know if it's worth purchasing it or not. And they do come. I think I have a picture of the different sizes that they have on here, but they have different ones. Don't tell me. You know what? Let's see. But yeah, when I kept seeing Jay Wilson use it, so hold on, let me take this off the bottom. So you see how that's how it comes when you purchase the starter pack from Walmart. So you'll get the bottle, and then you'll get 2 filters. And then, like I said, Walmart for $20, and you already getting 2 filters. So personally, me, I was like, I'm gonna just get my bottle from Walmart, and then when I'm ready to order some extra filters, I'll just get them from Jay Wilson, because Walmart, they do have different flavors, but on the website they have more. So yeah. And I'm sure they sell them in other places. Target have them and wherever else, but $20 for this. And then I had to go in there and ask questions, because I'm like, where can I find this? And every place they told me to go, it was not in that aisle, or it wasn't in that location. So I actually found this where they I didn't realize I still had this damn picture on here. Here's another see, these are the different sizes of the different bottles and stuff that they have. So you see the one that I have, and then you see the other ones. Now, they kept sending me all around freaking Walmart looking for it or whatever, but they actually, in my store, your store could be different, but in my store, they actually sold these where they had like the lunch boxes, you know, whether it be for adult or children. They were in that aisle, and then they had a big display with all the different flavored filters. Swag Founder, you have one? Okay, Mama D. Because I would say if you're a person where you need to drink water, which we all should, but you just don't like the taste of regular water, these will actually really, really help you, because honestly, it tastes like fruit punch when I put ice in my fruit punch and let it sit for a while. That's exactly how it tastes. And then I was wondering when I would hear Jay Wilson on the live, and I would hear the noise sound like this. Look. I was like, what is he doing? But you basically have to do it that way. It's going to take like little, but if you're really trying to get into it, you just got to throw that thing all the way back and drink it. You know what I'm saying? On the website, they also have the, okay. Mama D, look, I'm rocking my dollar shirt right now, baby. This is my dollar shirt from Walmart. Remember I told y'all I went and bought out the whole end cap? I sure did. Because when I'm just lounging in the house, especially with the temperature changing, I can go ahead and do it like this. Okay. Especially when it's cold outside, throw a hoodie on top or whatever. Like I said, I'm not about to spend no money on clothing. Now, when I'm busting up out of everything up in here, oh, absolutely not. And I got these little poom poom shorts on that I got from Walmart, and these was $1 too. They real comfortable, and they had those in these in different colors. They had pink, orange, and whatever else. And then I bought like 100 shirts to send to Jamaica, a bunch of shorts and stuff like that. Child, if Jay Wilson take too much longer, we're gonna have to end this thing, honey, because I don't want to keep y'all holding here all night. I don't know what he doing, but he must be on an important phone call. We almost at the last leg of this thing. Yeah, these are just really comfortable. I don't like shirts that are, you know what I'm saying, too thick, and you wear them, you sweating and you hot and all that extra stuff or whatever. Nope. And I was supposed to go back because they actually, Vivian had found some of these filters at Walmart for $1. And if you catch your store, and if they have these for $1, you better go ahead and stock up on them. Honestly, if you can get them for $1, get them, because they $3.77 for one. So I actually went back in Walmart the other day, but I just didn't even bother to go in that little area to go look at him. He's coming back. He did this the other day. Okay, yeah, I know he coming back. The wine, which wine set? Which one? I ain't about to show these goddamn short shorts. Absolutely never. They look like you know what, when I say they short shorts, they like boy shorts. They not shaped like that, but they as short as fucking like underwear. So they just kind of like short shorts. Yeah. So Vivian, what wine set you talking about? You talking about the one you made or one at Walmart? And when you was talking about the TVs at Walmart, I was in it when I was in there the other day. They had 75-inch TV for $258. But I'm gonna tell you right now that if you're gonna buy any type of electronics, do not buy it from Walmart, because they only have a 15-day return. And anything past 15 days, you got to take that shit up with the manufacturer, and that shit is a nightmare. So if you're thinking about buying like a laptop or a TV, if you don't mind spending $250 or $300, and if the TV breaks, it breaks, no big deal, no problem. But if you're gonna buy something and you're worried that it may break down in a year or whatever, do not go to Walmart. You better off going to Best Buy, because at least they got the Geek Squad. No, I didn't see it, Vivian. Did you post it on your channel? I'm waiting to give me a nasty old wine glass for you to make for my Wednesdays. Although you can't see it too good when I got the background on, but when I got the background off, it's just too much shadows and stuff. Yeah, it's too many shadows. Child. Oh, you know why? I haven't watched him today. I haven't watched any. Well, I was checking up on some of these videos for this show tonight, but I haven't everybody on YouTube all day today, so I wouldn't have seen it if it was today. Okay, welcome back. Did you go break into your neighbor's house real quick?
Yes.
Okay, because you got the whole burglary outfit on. I promise we almost at the end of this thing.
Well,
right
Shelly,
here.
just do what you got to do. I'm here.
Okay. So you said Brian, you said you wish him well.
Yes.
Now the next person, I tried to reach out to them for a statement. They were not available. I did not get them, and that would be Food Junkie.
I wish Food Junkie well. Nothing against him. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, yeah.
All right. Now, even though you're not her daddy, how do you feel about Brianna?
I wish Bree well.
All right.
I wish Bree well.
The last person on this list is going to be Beefin 313.
Who is that?
Oh, okay. I just thought
no. Who is that?
What's it? Troy Allen.
Oh, okay then. I didn't. Okay. Oh God, I wish him well. I mean, yeah, I was like, okay, I did. Okay, Troy Allen. I just know him on Troy Allen. Okay.
Okay. How did you feel about when he was selling merchandise with your likeness?
Oh God, I didn't know that I was so popular.
Well, why not? You got a song made to you. I mean, why wouldn't you get merchandise?
Well, I hope they sold well. I mean, I really don't. Yeah, I hope it sold well. Yeah, I hope it sold well. That's all I can say, Shirley. I don't. Yeah. I'm more concerned about the I'm more concerned about, the content on here, the commercials, and then I feel that if it gets a little larger, then we'll think about those things, because the image is mine, and I could have been really like, but again, you live and learn, but I don't have any thoughts about it. I just hope, that it was worth it. Kind of odd having another person's face and you selling them, but oh well. Hey, I guess if it works, it works.
Yeah. Now, next one. Now we kind of talked about the racism thing. We talked about that earlier, and I already stated how I felt about Black people can't be racist. Now you were accused of colorism. I saw a lot of people jump into your defense, stating that this has nothing to do with colorism. This basically just has to do with a person who's looking to find an issue, and they're looking to create some type of a problem. So how do you feel about being accused of having colorism issues, or favoring one complexion towards another? I think it's a silly topic that has taking part here. I'm just speaking on my part. I'm sorry. I asked him the question. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. I get kind of tired of hearing it sometimes because everything is just not about colorism. I'll just say that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the Miss O was taken down off the panel because the Miss O came in and she immediately went after Misunderstood. And I remember saying, well, damn, no hello, no, she just went in. And then after I tried to, you know, quell the situation, she escalated it again. And I'm like, okay, it seemed like there's something going on with you. And it had nothing to do with her color. I think Miss O has beautiful skin complexion. I have complimented her on that. Yeah, I was just surprised she was actually taken off because she was uncontrollable that night. And I'm like, we're not, that's not the feel, that's not the spirit of the room. And she just didn't get it. And so that's the only reason why I took her down, not because of her color. And then to come to find out that there were other extenuating reasons, because there's always a reason, that's
Right.
something. And so it was like, well, you didn't push my show, you didn't do this. And I'm like, well, people who I really really like and I think they have a chance, I push. And if you're on my platform, then use it for what it's worth. But if I'm supposed to be managing you, then give me a coin and then I'll pay you attention. But Shirley, this is why I stopped like the House of Jay Wilson and all of this stuff, because people want you to stop what you're doing to look at their videos, to do this and tell me what I did wrong. And I'm like, I'm here to get you to 1,000. And once I get you to 1,000, then you got to do that. If you want to reach out to me and say, hey, what would you suggest, then I'll do that. And that's really funny because people always say you got to take over spirit, but in reality I don't do that unless you ask me, and I just get you to 1,000 and we just let it go. So but I'm not the type of person that's going to be looking at all your videos. If I catch you and I think something was funny, I'll let you know. But that's how I operate. I'm just not looking at everybody's videos. I'm busy thinking about what I'm going to do about mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
All skin complexions and this, but what I do notice here on YouTube is that a lot of times people think that they can say whatever they want to say about people who are lighter complected,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you're not supposed to have anything back to say. You know what I'm saying? But if I was to say that, a particular YouTuber tries to wear makeup that's for my skin complexion, but her skin complexion is really like this, then they'll say it's colorism. No, it's not. I'm just saying that your foundation
That's
don't match
kabuki makeup, girl.
face.
That's geisha
It look
makeup.
like a Nollywood movie. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. Everything ain't colorism.
Everything isn't.
All right.
Now, I will say this. I do know that some people may have an advantage. I do know that some people are more attracted to certain people because of what the dominant culture has put out there. I'm not going to sit and lie about that either. And I
Right.
think that the Miss O probably gets flagged, people calling her certain things that they should. So I think it goes both ways. I think what Kwani did to Ask April was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, so it goes both ways. That sword cuts both ways. I try to be aware of it, and sometimes we do it because that's how we've been programmed in the media and all of this stuff. And when you recognize that this is something bigger than us, and that that dominant culture has done this to divide, then you kind of you got to put it in perspective and catch yourself. But
When
I
you
think
know better,
everybody's
you do
you do
better.
that.
And that's
Correct.
just the bottom line to it.
Yeah.
Now, a writer Liv submitted this question. They said your guns when it comes to not letting people back on the show that you have told you can't come back over here, because they said that you often tell people they can't come back and then you let them back over. So they want to know, are you really serious this time about not letting whomever all these people you told that they
Well,
can't
let me say this. I am equal, and but for one content creator, they will never come back on, because when you breach trust, then I can't deal with you. I have Shelly's number. Shelly has my number. If I put Shelly's number out, I have breached trust. And me and Shelly have fought many a day. I mean, I told Shelly I would give her $90 worth of ass whooping if she show up to that TS Madison concert. I did. Me and Shelly, and you see, people think that me and Shelly sit here now, but in the day, I
Yeah, we
me
was
and Shelly,
battling hard.
Shelly said Mark Pete in his clothes at Six Flags. I mean, I'm talking about some serious stuff, but not
Yeah.
one time have I ever said that, oh, you pissed me off and I'm going to put your number out. So when you do that kind of stuff, that's a no-go for me. I'm forgiving. And I know that a lot of my people are like, oh, you shouldn't. I'm forgiving. And that particular person probably could have come up again, but because of the severity and what they done, and they don't think that they did anything major, or they think it's funny, or that person, yeah. And I'm really doing my best to do that person like I've done a lot of other content creators who I don't deal with anymore.
Right. And
Because
just forward.
once
Yeah.
once you do that, then there's no trust. And it's like, and I didn't think it was funny, no more than I would think it was funny if I could have been even more vindictive and nasty and did something to top that. But again, if you are in the ditch with the person, then you're down there with them. You got to, if you're holding them in the ditch, you got to stay down there with them. And I refuse to do that. But that's a definitely no go. And I told the people in my room, unless Jesus whispers in my ear and said, okay, that's not going to happen, because there are a lot of content creators who have each other's number, and that is a unwritten rule. You don't do that. And for the
Right.
mere fact that she did that, there's no trust. And again, I'm not trying, people trying to say I'm trying to cancel her. I'm not trying to cancel her. I just don't want to deal with her anymore. That's just my fine line of, I don't deal with you anymore. Now,
I
anybody
think
else can. Anybody else can. I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but far as me, it's a no-go for me, because again, that's just like me getting mad at Vivian, heaven forbid, and I put Vivian's number out.
Right. I think that's one of the problems in the try to match energy. And I think that's why the sector is in the state that it's in now, because nobody wants to give up, nobody wants to stop, everybody wants to have the last word. And you know, sometimes for your own peace of mind, sanity, or whatever, sometimes you just got to leave that shit alone and keep it
Yeah.
fucking moving. It's some of this shit is not even worth an argument or just keeping up with, and that's just some real shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, to any content creator out there who may feel like they want to give up for whatever reason, whether they're not getting enough views, whether they feel like it's too much, they got too much beef, too much haters, what at least one advice would you give them to keep continuing to go on their YouTube journey?
I'm going to give maybe 2 or 3 tips.
Okay.
This is your show. Don't take what people think about you and say about you seriously. Your focus is, if you can put a commercial in there, and if the advertisers are going to get full advertisement with you, then you have done your job. Learn how to let the curtains close or the camera cut off, and then live your life. There are a lot of people in this. Now, like I said, I'm not reading the chat, but I'm sure there are a lot of people in the chat that are very supportive. And I'm sure there are a lot, or were some people who were not supportive in this chat.
Actually,
and
you've
that's
had a
good.
ton of support over here. Like maybe I've seen one or two things, but nothing really. Like it's been a lot of love and a lot of support.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. But you got to have some hate along with that love. And if everybody loves you, then you need to be very wary of it, because there are always going to be there's always going to be some people who are critical. So don't take it personally. Keep it on YouTube. And that's the real. Keep your personal life off of YouTube. The things that you want to put on YouTube, put on there. The things that you don't. You owe no one anything. You owe no one anything. No one has to know your love interest. No one has to know anything about you except what you put on YouTube. Now, what you put on YouTube, people are going to talk about it. Just be prepared for it, whether it's your clothing, whether it's your looks. Yeah, just be prepared for it. And I will say, if you're very sensitive and you are prone to lash out and do something irrational, you might not want to be in this sector. You may not want to be on YouTube, because even those influencers who do positive stories and
Right.
positive things, they still get trolls and hecklers and people. So if you're really sensitive and don't do it. And I'm being real, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but you just got to know that this is a show, this is a job. And like I said, Shelly, I don't do stuff for free. Now, I do this interview because, you asked me, and I'm like, sure. But I usually don't do anything that's not going to benefit me. Know your reasons for coming on YouTube. This is a hobby that pays. Once YouTube stop paying, the hobby has ended. I'm being real about that. And I know people come on because they like coming on, and if they want to do it for free, do it for free. I'm just not that type of person. It's
Yeah, a
just
lot of
another
people
income
have
stream.
lost. A lot of people have why they're even really here. You know what I mean? Along the
Yeah,
way, some
yeah,
people have forgotten
yeah,
to keep,
yeah.
the
A lot of
bag.
people are here for friends. A lot of people are here for
Yeah,
friends. I'm listening to people, and I'm like, wow, a lot of people are here for friends. And I'm gonna say this, Shelly. I learned very early, because again, I am not perfect. I ain't trying to be perfect. I will never be perfect. Nobody will never be perfect until you get your glorified body. But what I did learn starting with YouTube is that the trust people will turn on a drop of a dime and all of this stuff. I know you was talking about the Larry Nelson situation. Larry Nelson was conflicted. First of all, he was loving of the community because they showed support to him during his um, uneventful situation. Then that love turned to hate. And it's just like, um, and I had to learn that you need to step away, because people got demons that they're dealing with. They got issues that they're dealing with. And, YouTube is not the arena to do that. And you need to be focused on, this is your real life, this is your character that you play on YouTube, the YouTube network, or whatever you want to call it. And
right.
once it's done, it's done. And I had to get that. You learn really quickly. And a lot of things that I've gone through, a lot of content creators said, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but it was a lesson for me, and I sure won't do this, or I sure won't do XYZ. And I'm just saying, I had to really learn what is appropriate for YouTube. Some things may be innocent, but it's really not. And then the next thing you know, it's just like, So, a lot of people be thinking I'll be talking to Tracy's World because I want her husband. And no, 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 no. Just know that sometimes people have gone through stuff that people shouldn't have to go through. And when you start putting things out there like that, you're giving people a whole lot of access they don't need. And I'll keep it at that.
When oxtails are not enough. Okay. I'm a
Okay. I told somebody, honey, more
that
people
one
live in
hurt.
Mississippi than you think, because girl, you ain't the only one who can cook oxtails. Okay. It's
Oh,
some
Lord have
flexible,
mercy.
it's some flexible people who can cook oxtails.
Right,
I'm
that
just
part.
saying. So
Now,
yeah.
some people say that content creators only have a lifespan of 10 years, and after 10 years, it's a wrap. You can't be on here any longer than that. Do you have a time where you plan on, like, you're only going to do this up until, or are you going to do this as long as the money rolls in? You don't care if you
Girl, as
85
long as the money rolls in, we gonna do it. And but there one thing I do like about YouTube, you have a chance to expand, and you don't have to
years?
do
True,
you can do multiple shows. So that
true.
algorithm
So
doesn't restrict you. I think the problem comes in when people try to do everything in one platform. No, do what you're good at in that platform that's getting people to come to you, and then do something else somewhere else. And I think that'll work. Now, how long it's been for us? Because I've been on YouTube for 5 years now. How long?
um
Now I'm talking about making money, and yeah.
yeah, like 5 years. 5, 6 years now. And in Port Charles asked who said this. I've heard people say it. They've said it about even shows like the Scorpion show, that they've been on too long, or they've been on this amount of time. You have like Quadir Howard that has over 100,000 subscribers, but if he goes live right now, he may possibly have anywhere from 50 to 150 people in there, because people feel like, well, he was hot way back when, but he's no longer, hot now, or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, some people feel that after a certain amount of time you should move on, or your time has expired. And I think that where the main place that I hear that a lot is in the Black community of YouTube. You don't hear that over there with a white
Well, let
YouTube.
me say this too. YouTube may not be the hot thing in 5 to 10 years. It may be something else. Oh, here go my dog. All right, Lyric. I see you. Have a seat. Hold on for a minute. Have a seat, girl. I'm almost done. Have a
She
seat.
want
Sit
she
down.
want kisses.
Sit down. She know I don't kiss. You don't kiss dogs in the mouth, Shelly. You know I don't do that because dogs be licking and stuff. So yeah. Okay, you can sit here, but just don't.
W.
Hey,
Jackson, it is not easy. We got one more last question, and Vivian is in the chat asking you to sing a little piece of carpet on the walls.
she what? Carpet on my walls. I gotta cry sometimes. Carpet on my walls. I gotta cry sometimes. I lay awake at night, but that's all right. I know that Stanley Steamer, he will fix it after a while. After a while. Yes, carpet on my walls. Yes, that was one of my top hits when I started. Yes,
Baby, we need to get that thing on iTunes.
because we had a content creator who had carpet on their walls. Not only did they have carpet on their walls, they had an old nasty piece of water cooler and CDs, girl, a wall full of CDs. Yes.
Larry, my friend.
I ain't mad at him. I don't hate that brother.
He had them VHS tapes
Said,
and everything down there. Mm-hmm.
baby, he said, I got all of these CDs, and I'm like, okay. I said, okay, you better play
Dave,
him.
don't you be hiding them damn
I wonder if he's still listening to him now. Girl, you know you can stream, right?
Listen, my
But
friend,
that brother is so obsessive. And again, like somebody told me, somebody texted me to say he was in the chat. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah,
So
he
was he in the chat? Was he in the chat? What did he have to say in the chat?
He came in earlier saying that 1 minute you cursing and the next minute you preaching, and it don't match up right. And I was like,
well,
no.
1 minute he hunching, 1 minute he ain't paying child support, 1 minute he want to fight, but yeah, 1 minute he got a curl, 1 minute he don't. But again, see, I find it very hypocritical that people want to do that. But make sure your children are getting their child support, and make sure that you're not impregnating all of these women, and make sure you're not stepping out on these women. Because if I'm not mistaken, during that time that all of these women said that you were trying to woo them, you were married. So I think, I think you need to sweep around your own front porch. But I love them and I wish them well. Not to hell, but well.
Larry, I don't know. He said what he said it. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's the truth. If people are, they focus on their stuff, they'll be fine. Like I said, I didn't even know he was in the beef sector anymore. But I just
I
find
was shocked
him.
to see him over here. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I
Larry,
mean,
Larry,
if it's
Larry.
not Trey Long, what's up,
I gotta
Tirlon?
call you out, Larry, because I didn't done this show. This has been the fourth episode, and I ain't seen you over here, Larry, for none of these episodes. Nika have been over here, Jay Dunn, Rico been over here, Pastor come over here, and you drop over here, Larry. I'm just saying, I thought we was friends, Larry. I'm just saying.
No, he knew I was coming over here. He seems to have not a affinity, but like Bless Watkins say, an infinity for gay men or same gender loving men. But I just think it's really funny. And again, I just hope that, I just don't get the obsession. But again, do what you got to do.
Child. All right, guys, this is going to be the last question right here of the night. When you are not watching the beef sector, what are you watching on YouTube? What are you watching?
I like EJ Speaks. I love
Okay.
EJ Speaks. I watch a lot of HBCU band stuff, so I like the young man. He is very zesty. Love him, but he does the dance teams, so I like him. And then I watch a lot of the band
There's a
competition.
good band in I think I want to say it's in Mississippi, and is it they?
It's Jackson State. So the ones that
I think
Jackson
State,
State, Alabama State, Norfolk State, Florida A&M, but he really does their dance team. Like one dancer, she's out of Miami, and she was like one of the best captains for the Stingettes, which is Alabama State, and her name is Janae Harrington, and Janae Harrington is just phenomenal. She really took that dance, and she came off of one of those dance shows, and so I have a variety of people I watch. I still watch Schuler King. I love watching Maja Height with Mitzi. Oh my God, I watch him. And yeah, I like to watch a lot of comedy. I used to watch, now let me tell you, before she became famous with Insecure, I used to watch Issa doing her Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl and Ratchet Theater. I used to just love her. So I try to find, new people. I love Trey Mo as well. Trey Mo. What's his name? Trey Melvin is coming back.
Yeah,
This is the thing. It's the thing though. When you leave, this is what I'm saying. When you leave for a long time, you got to make sure it's fresh. So he's coming back, and I hope it works out for him. So yeah.
Yeah, and I've noticed that with a lot of the celebrities that try to move on to YouTube, they really couldn't get the following, and then a lot of them thought that they would end up making more money, because I heard T stating that he stopped doing the podcast because he said the money just wasn't right. And I think they think if they get these, thousands of views, that they're gonna get this big check, and then when they get the check, they realize that it's not that big of a check. So they're like,
I think it's really interesting. I think that it's hard for a lot of YouTubers to cross over into, that comedy land. But then I think on the other hand, I think it's hard for a lot of people in comedy and in TV to cross over into YouTube. I mean, YouTube audiences are a little bit more demanding. They talk to you. They tell you when they don't like stuff. They will fight with you. And again, when you're doing things on television, or you see people are supposed to be civil and reserved. And I truly believe though, if you can make it on YouTube, especially in some of these sectors, you are kind of ready for the world that you're going to have to face in that people prying, people doxing, people. Yeah, I think you're going to have to get used to it. And I do think too that this is why people in Hollywood are usually not friends. I think this is why they're very suspicious, because YouTube, I just think, is a small piece of what those actors and actresses have to go through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And the
So
thing with places like TikTok or whatever is that they can take a person can take a 30-minute video and edit it down to 60 seconds and make it perfect. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of times on here, we're live. So
that's
like
it.
how Marley came across the screen and all, it is what it is what it is over here, you know.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people remember Issa Rae. Issa Rae had some really good shows back in the day. So yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and she's moved on doing other stuff. I was saying that Ti had did, it was called oh God, what was it? I can't think of the name of it, but his podcast was actually pretty good. I checked out his podcast when he had Mike Tyson on. I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. So I checked that out and I was like, he really has some nice podcasts. Tank and his friend is his best friend. I can't think of his name, but he's getting into the music. I mean, he's already in the music business, but he's about to actually be a singer right now. They have a podcast. They haven't had that many episodes. That podcast is pretty good, but people don't understand it. If you get 300,000 views, that doesn't really equate to a whole lot of money that these celebrities are used to. Now, I see that Lil Wayne's daughter, Reginae, she now started her YouTube channel and she's been getting crazy views. And so then she said that her mother Toya asked her to like help me get my YouTube started. And I see now Toya has her YouTube, which she should, because if you can't get a TV show, you know, she had one in the past, but like make YouTube, let that be your
this
own.
is how Chance the Rapper did it, and people are displaying their talents and their gifts. And I think my future goal, because you asked the question about the YouTube in 10 years, and I think that people have to expand in other ways. And again,
Right.
I don't think I need to leave the beef sector, but that doesn't mean I can't explore other sectors. But I sing here, but I may just do something strictly for singing, or start recording and doing these things. I think that you can use YouTube for more streams of income. And if people don't use YouTube for that, then that's their business. But I think it has opened up avenues for a lot of people. Now you see a lot of YouTubers in movies. I mean, believe it or not, Maddie was in that movie. Maddie was a
Right.
YouTuber. You've seen what's his name? Schuler King is doing tours, and he started really big on YouTube. So I think that YouTube is a good way to start, because you don't need a gatekeeper on YouTube. You're your own manager, and see, that's the thing. I may not be making 10,000 and 12,000 and upward, but one thing is I don't have to pay anybody. I don't have to pay
Right.
a
You got the
manager.
little man right up out of it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. That middleman will take that money. And again, I think YouTube is a great way to start. And that's why I'm really thinking now. I talked to a content creator maybe 3 weeks ago. And I was saying that I gotta really do something that's groundbreaking, that displays my talents, and they really gave me some good advice, because believe it or not, I listen to people's advice, but I'm very particular on who I listen to. And this person does well on their channels. And so I'm like, yeah, that makes good sense. So I'm in the process of thinking and trying to think outside the box. But YouTube has been really good to me as far as the finances, for what I need. So I ain't
Right.
mad at it.
And some people say that, like, you know, nobody in the beef sector has any talent. I've heard that too. But I feel like even putting a camera on and having a conversation without a live audience, that's a talent all within itself, because a lot of people can't do it. I've been around people like regular
Can you
friends.
imagine we can get on YouTube and talk about nothing and be on here for hours and laugh And again, you got to have something because people are not going to stay for something they don't want to see.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think we have smart people over here. I'm tired of people calling Ryder Lives and people stupid. Now, one thing is, I really try to help my folk know that we are entertainers. And if you like
Right.
what you're getting, continue to come over. But um, I'm not your cult leader, or you can think for yourself. You can go where you want to go. I'm not making you put a symbol to let people know for tracking where you are. I don't do that. I believe that our ratings are going to be what they are. So
Right.
yeah. So
I
and let me say this, you all. My YouTube persona may be different than my everyday persona. And I think people get the thing twisted. So you're not going to say that Niecy Nash's persona is her real persona when she's home every day. And I think that's the difference between separating your personal and your professional life or your work life. So I think where people messed up is they have made their personal and their professional, they mixed them, and
they're
it's
all
just not
entwined.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
all
don't worry about people say, "Oh, you're lonely," or okay, if I am, I am, or you don't have a job, or you may have a job. And let me say this: I may not have a job, and I'm gonna leave it at that, and that's fine. And again, people like, well, he don't work, he don't do this, but for some miraculous reason, God always allows this mortgage to be paid for. And so, God, I thank you. I thank God because again, regardless of what people say, somehow that car payment gets paid for. Somehow the dog get her shots and her Empirica Trio every month. And Shelly, that Empirica Trio is about $42 a month.
right. And I told you favor ain't fair, but favor's
Yeah.
favor. It is what it
So
is. Some people
regardless if
may
I
not
work or not,
understand
or
it.
I do or not, it don't matter. I mean, it is what it is. And then Shelly, I beg, and that's what I heard in Tim's statement, begging for hurricane money. Shelly, did you hear me beg for hurricane
I
money for
didn't.
myself?
No. I heard you and Nika ask, for others that were in Florida, they could drop their Cash App and people could bless them if they felt,
If they felt like that. So again, that I wasn't begging
Now,
for me.
Cemented did say that now I did catch this because I was listening to her for a while. She did say that you were in your live telling people what areas was going to get hit hard and what others wouldn't because you didn't really want certain people, I guess, to really get the money.
No, that's not true. I was doing weather to help people realize that, hey, some people are really going to get hard and others are not. But I did say, hey, if you're from Florida, we didn't specify where because we knew the whole state was going to be affected by it. We said go ahead and drop your Cash App. If you were in an area that was hit hard, you could put your Cash App down. If you were in an area that was getting rain, you could put your Cash App down. I mean, we even went to Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Now, a lot of people who are on the coast put their Cash App down. Not that many, because a lot of people were in Atlanta or Columbus, so they're not on that side. And I get it.
Right.
But we didn't put stipulations on it because I don't have that manpower to be trying to find out who did what. And again, people can make their decision of who they give to. That's not mine. We just put the offer out there. And
And you
people
can't
say
make
that,
people give. If people give, it's because they want to.
that's
Nobody
it.
can, even people that I don't like here on YouTube, I'll never say that they're forcing people to give them anything because people willfully give up their money and they give it to who
For
they want to
anything,
give it to.
for anything. And let me say this. Now, I may talk about it because we can talk about it. But at the end of the day, people give to what they want to give to.
Right.
Period. I mean, people mad at me because again, they were happy that I lost the job, but then when the people gave the $3,000, all hell broke loose. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, it is what it is. You can't have it both ways. Either, if I lost my job, then if I get finances, well, yeah. But I just, I play my role. I'm a love to hate character, and I'm good with that. And once the show is finished, I don't go back and read comments. So a lot of people have left comments and stuff. Surely, once I'm done with that show, we go on to the next one.
Right. And that's really how it should be. But some people, they hold on to it. They got to do conference calls and everything under the sun, after that.
Yeah. So I guess people, leave paragraphs and stuff. And I'm telling you, if you really want to, I guess, say something to me, if you ain't blocked, I guess you got to actually come to a live taping, because if you leave something in a show like yesterday's show, I don't go back and look at those. Once I put the commercial, let me tell you what I go back and look at. I go to YouTube Studio. I click on YouTube Studio. I look at revenue. I look at certain things, and that's what I do. And I don't look at comments, because at the end of the day, I know negativity and positivity works alike, and it is what it is.
Right. Now, when we was playing, and I swear to God, that was the last question. When we were playing Wish Them Well or Send Them to Hell, I actually forgot, because that's when you got a call. So I kind of got distracted. I started talking about the water bottle, the filters. I got ADD, so I was all the way in West Africa. Now, I forgot on that list too. I was gonna ask you about Nika. Now, I heard that y'all came together for the hurricane, but I asked Nika on last week's show if she would send you to hell or wish you well. Now, Nika's show last week, I've gotten so much feedback from that show. So many people said they really enjoyed that show. So I do thank everybody who gave me feedback on that show, who really, had a good time here last week. But I just want to play you this little clip right quick of what she said when I asked her about you with wish you well or to hell. And this is just about 1 minute. So we're going to be right back with it. All right, now, Jay Wilson.
Girl, he go to hell.
Woo! Y'all know I like Pastor, but
I do too sometimes, but for the if we're gonna go overall, check her here.
I thought Nika was on a streak. I thought she was gonna say she wished him well too, and I was thinking, okay, Nika, did you talk to your public relations people today? What's going on here? And then she said, go to hell. Okay. Why can't he go to hell?
Child, because if we're gonna be fighting again, shit, we just band together for the Florida people. We'll be fighting again. Shit, you can go there.
Oh, I didn't know y'all had got together over the hurricane.
Yeah, we band together for the Florida people, but he'll be talking, calling me a slave again next week, and I'll be calling him a closet queen and all that other shit. Here you go there, child.
Okay. Next person.
Nika is funny. Nika is funny, but at least she honest. I love some Nika. Nika said, hell. Okay.
It was so funny because she kept on saying, I wish them well. And then when she said, I wish them to hell, I just died. I said, I was not expecting that at all.
Let me say, Nika is right, but at least we could come together to help some people. But I ain't mad at Nika. Okay. I mean, Nika is unique, and I think Nika be getting her feelings, but I think Nika then back up and say, you know what, this ain't even worth it. So right. I think Nika getting her feelings, but then Nika catch it and say, you know what? Because at the end of the day, I think Nika is cool people. I really do. And yeah, we done went, baby, we done. But again, Shirley, if I really felt some kind of way about Nika, then I wouldn't be able to come with her to try to help people out. Or if I held a grudge,
Right.
I would never be on your platform. Because first of all, you done said my dude peed in his clothes, and right then and there, that could have been it right there. I mean, but you just can't really take it seriously. And I think this is where a lot of content creators mess up and they start doing irrational things, and because some way they are hurt because they can't deal, maybe they've been bullied already, or maybe they've been teased, but
I
this is
think the
almost
difference
like the
is Nika is a mature woman, and she also, you can basically have an understanding with her of like, this is something greater than us. And with some other people, you're never going to get past that because they
and
just want
Nika has a logic to think.
right.
I mean, yeah, I think Nika is funny. I think Bless Watkins is funny. Is she messy? Hell yeah. But I think Bless Watkins is funny. Bless Watkins be 10 words up. I really think she is funny. I don't think Olivia is funny. I think she used to be funny, but the stuff that comes out of her mouth these days, I'm like, no. I think Kwani is so vile, but she got that masculine voice, and it's funny to me. I think Deanna Irvin is funny. I don't, she don't care for me, but I think she's funny. I mean, I do think she's funny. People who I think funny is funny, regardless of how I feel about them. I just think they're funny. So I've always been honest about that. I always been honest about that, and so yeah, and again, to me, this is a show. I don't get all up in arms with these people and her like that April situation. Child, I used to call April Wheezy. I used to call her and what's her name? Boss Lady TV New Jersey. I used to call them Wheezy Jefferson. So I used to call her Wheezy. And y'all
That's
know I
why he
used to
had to
go
do
at
you like that.
Baby, I used to come at Boss Lady, and she used to have that romper room daycare.
Wiley used to call her Miss Potato Head. That's all I can remember. They used to stay battling back then. You know what I'm saying? Back when
I mean, but we
back in
did
the
that, and I
right.
mean, it was a different era because you had to be vulnerable. You had to actually you know show who you were, and you couldn't hide behind an avatar.
James, we going down here. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap this up before April and Pastor be on Beef Watch tomorrow. I'm just joking. I know April wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
but I'm good. But like I said, Shelly, I think your interviews are good. Keep on
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing. I'm glad that I can be a part of this. And again,
Yes,
I know a
thank you
lot of
for
people
taking
don't
the
think I lend
offer.
my hand to certain things, but sometimes you just got to know where you need to go. You shouldn't go to everybody's interview.
Pastor gave me the name Edible Edna, so you know he will come over here, okay?
Come
All
on,
right.
Edible Edna. I ain't mad at it. I mean, I used to call Shelly
Angela
olive oil. I used to call her olive oil.
called me everything but a child of God. Okay.
Everything, olive oil, and oh god, we used to go at it at that day. But the thing is, though, Shelly and I really like Maddie, and so we could see eye to eye on that. So we did see eye to eye on that, and I'm gonna tell you what: when Miss Parker got out of line, baby, I was ready for it. I'm like, no, Miss Parker done got out of line. Huh? Y'all remember Miss Parker's husband
Got
Leroy
Miss
was making
Parker
that
right
ham
on
sandwich.
together.
Baby, he was making that
Child.
ham sandwich. So yeah.
When she was sitting there by the washer and dryer in the kitchen.
I called it the washateria. Okay, now
Right.
let me say this though. Even though me and Miss Parker was not getting along, I never came for her little daughter because she had a cute little daughter,
He
and
did.
never came for her child. That child was sitting on her lap. Would never do that. So again, there are lines that you cross. Now I'm gonna say this: do not breach people's trust by doing crazy stuff. Like I said, I don't care how Shelly and I battle. I am not putting Shelly's number and stuff out. Y'all just don't do that. Some things you just don't do. And so I'm bringing that about because truly, that was a breach for all content creators, because people are like, well, dag, if she do that, then who else would she do that to? Or who else would she do that this? Or what other content creator do that? And we really want to say that that's not a precedent that we should follow. I mean, and again, I ain't canceling out nobody. I don't care who has that lady on. I just don't want her near me, because again, that shows immaturity. And had I done it to her, baby, it would have been all over. She would have called the court, Shelley. She would have drugged me up to the courthouse, and she would have waved, brandished that weapon, and it would have been a hot mess. So I'm just saying that, I don't hate that lady. I really don't wish anything against her. I just think that she needs to think. And the sad part about it, Shelly, is I've told her numerous times, sis, you can't do stuff like that. You got to think of your long-term goal and your gain. Stop doing stuff like that. Stop putting people's pictures like that. That's the last conversation we had, because I'm like, what you did to Bambi and Intrinsic, even though they may have been in the wrong according to you, that does not make you look good by doing that. And then you did an interview where all you did was yell and cut that lady off. So I said, even if they were innocent, you were the one sitting up there looking guilty. And you can't do that. That was our last conversation. And again, because I did not let her come on my platform, and she thought that was okay to do. Not because I put a picture up, but I just think it's terrible.
That is what Jay Wilson wants everybody to know across the board. So if y'all out here doing it, to stop. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
That's his opinion on that. I can say on my side that I definitely don't promote that, because it even affects me, because way people don't want to enter that shit, because they like, you gonna mail me something, I'm gonna give you my information. Shit, hell no. We don't know when you gonna skip your medication to come on here and act crazy. So it does affect, certain things. But I do want to say it has been 2 hours.
Hey, Shelly, before you cut this off though, Shelly, I heard somebody burning candles 24/7.
Oh, are they?
Oh, they own us. They burning candles 24/7 on us. And then the people just said that she got a car towed. I wonder why the candles didn't tell her that her car was getting towed. I don't know.
I almost bust out my tarot cards for you tonight, but I said we ain't even gonna have time for them. Now listen.
Well, if you would have did that, I would have got my Uno cards.
Do you notice how I went through this whole show? We didn't even mention her. That's where she is on my radar. Non-existent. It's a whole bunch of I don't have to say their names.
Yeah. Well, look, it is what it is. This is what we do. And like I said, even that person, I don't hate her. I just hope that she just stop putting her real life so much and just be the actress that she is, because she's a great actress, baby. She's an actress, baby. Because let me tell you something, Shelly. I thought a dog really had peed in her house. Girl, she was carrying on. I'm like, oh my God, pit bulls peeing in the house. Girl, ain't no pit bull peeing in your house. You got an eviction letter. Girl, but you made a whole story, and you carried that line out, girl. You played that part like it was a real dog. She did that.
I'm just saying, I wonder how they be acting when they down to pain management to get them pills. I'm just saying, if you could do all that acting in the B-Sack, I know when you get down pain management, bitch, your motherfucking neck hurts, your back hurt. Bitch, I know you.
She said, what that lady say? Them pills you gave me? She said, no. Okay, she had to shut that lady up real quick. Ooh, Lord, Shelley. Oh my God,
I'm just saying, when you got that type of acting going on, I bet they got you on morphine, honey, the way you carrying on down to the pain management. I'm just saying. Pastor, thank you again for joining me. This was a really a good time. I really enjoyed myself. I'm having so much fun doing these shows. I honestly, I think for a while, other than this, and when I do my ladies panel, y'all probably won't be hearing too much of it from me other than that, other than, watching other people, because I don't have it to give. It just is what it is.
Well, so I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And also shout out to the replay crew. I definitely so much. This crazy old cat want to be on the camera.
And I want to give a shout out to the Urshas and the Rider Lives that are over here. Thank you all, and y'all continue to support S. Hutchinson. Oh, my dog want to kiss now. She see your cat. Girl, hold on.
Marley. That's because he always doing kisses.
I'm almost done,
And
girl.
also,
Wait a
too,
minute.
the Rada Liv's been getting a bad name all day today. Every clip I played, people had something to say about the Rada Liv's. And
Why they talking about the Rada Live?
Because they try to act like the Rada Liv's are a cult. But I can honestly say, out of all groups out there, they really don't bother nobody.
They don't. The Rada Lives ain't no cult because at the end of the day, you don't see the Rada Lives throwing money and cash apps and stuff. The Rada Lives, they go where they want to go. No, there ain't no cult over here.
Shit for you. They don't go in there. Like, they don't do any of that. Like, they really
I don't have no rabbit coat. Okay, I didn't get no rabbit coat. Who got a rabbit coat? They bless me on my birthday. They bless me when I'm getting ready to go somewhere. But it's not, first of all, I'm not in here dropping my Cash App down, and I'm not asking for super chat. And again, when you do your commercials, you don't have to do that kind of stuff.
That is true.
The Rada Lives are intelligent people. The Rada Lives have their own minds, and I can appreciate them. And the reason why we've been together so long is because they can go where they want to go, and I trust them that they're grown people, they're adult people. I don't treat them like romper room kids, and I fuss at them, they fuss at me, and that's how we do.
Yeah, and if people haven't taken time to get to know the Rada Lives, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might cut up in the chat over on your platform, but they don't go anywhere else and go bothering people. And even when they're on your platform, they're just having a good time, and it's just all entertainment. They're not like in the chat doxing and doing stuff like that. So
yeah,
I say people.
Yeah, and I tell people that we don't want to do that. This is why I didn't have a problem when I went to Atlanta, because they knew that this is a show. I mean, I don't hate these people, but when you have pushed hate so much and how you dislike this person so much and you really mean that, and then when people see that, oh my God, you getting along with this person, you talking to this person, then you run into trouble now, because people are like, well, how you hating this person? Then they think the show is fake or you fake, and that's what causes problems. I don't give that. Let me tell you something. I ain't wish nobody to hell, because I really mean that.
You didn't. I didn't think that you would. Honestly, I didn't think that you would. But I had to ask. It's a game that we play over here.
Well, I'm gonna go get some hot water since Nika wished me to hell. So I'm gonna go sit in some hot water and put some old nasty piece of bubble bath up in there. That's gonna be for Nika. I'm giving this bath for Nika for wishing me to hell.
You're gonna take with some Florida water, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna do that for Nika. Lady Nika, the bath tonight is for you, girl.
All right, I know this chat is ready to leave up out of here. Thank y'all so much, everybody in the chat, for being with the music. For those who are content creators, feel free to drop the links to your channel. Feel free to promote yourself in the chat as much as you would like. As soon as this video is done, I will be putting everybody's links in the description, and also I will pin it down below. Thank you again so much, Jay Wilson.
Thank
Let
you,
me
Shelly.
do
This was a
my
nice
leaving
interview.
out music. Okay.
But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, well, lie to lie. Me, I know the lie, oh. See, not only you, they my head, oh. Yeah, only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you, they my head, oh. Only you, they my head, oh. See, now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. Going on inside. Is this reality? Oh yeah, cause I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Them say something must kill a man. Oh, nah, nah, nah. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Oh yeah,
Cause not only you in my mind, oh. Yeah, yeah. See you to find me, I know the liar. See now only you in my head, oh. Yeah, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, oh. Yeah, me I know the liar, my me I know the liar. Only you in my head, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Yeah, me I know the liar, my fantasy. See now only you in my head, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, oh. Me I know the lie, I know the lie. Only you in my head, oh. Yeah. Only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me I know the lie of my fantasy.